everyone, my name is Elle in case you didn't already know, and today I have another Sephora Favorites review. This is on the Give Me More lip set, the lip wardrobe Sephora is calling it. I know I just did the Glow For It review, but today is Lipstick Sunday. I did restart Lipstick Roulette, but then they released this thing and I have to do it. I have to talk about this because this is a tradition for me at this point. I just can't abandon it. I'm so excited every year to talk about this lip set. It's just one of my favorite things and something that I always look forward to. And honestly, I think the thing that started my lipstick addiction. So I guess a little bit of a warning there as well. So I'm going to be treating this sort of like my Lipstick Roulette, so you're going to see hand swatches as well as lip swatches, and I am going to be talking about some first impressions on the products because most of these things I have not used before and some of the formulas are brand new to me, so I'll talk about some first impression stuff and I will give you a little cost breakdown because the big thing with these sets is there's always a little sticker on the corner that tells you the price and the approximate value. So this one says that it was $68 US or $82 Canadian. So I'm Canadian and that's how much I paid for it, $82. But it says it's a $254 US value or a $304 Canadian value. $304, that's a lot of money. So I broke down the cost of the samples the same way I did with the Glow For It kit. I took the cost of the full size, divided it by the sample size, which gave me a number, and then I took the cost of the full size and divided it by that number. So I actually ended up getting a $275 Canadian value, but you know, my math is not going to be 100% accurate, and I'm not entirely sure where they got their value from. Like if it was something that Sephora came up with, it was from the brand. Anyway, it's very, very close to the approximate value that they gave. So don't take my numbers to the bank, but I wanted to give you a rough estimate of the value of the samples because there are 15 products in this set and 5 of them are full size. So I think Sephora has been listening to us who have been complaining about it because I've complained for the last couple of years about the amount of samples in comparison to the full sizes and how small some of the samples were. Last year they had lip liners. It was just, last year was not a good set. And spoiler alert, I really like this set a lot. I definitely bought it without looking at it just because I knew I was going to talk about it anyway, but I'm really overall very happy with this set. There's a good variety of finishes and shades and formulas. They didn't stick to what they normally do, which is very specific like nude, pink, red, berry categories. They were a little bit more diverse this year, which I really appreciate. So there's some lip glosses, there's some traditional lipsticks, some liquid lipsticks, there's a bunch of different things. So without any further ado, I'm going to get into all of the products, all of the lip swatches, and I am going to start with a lip gloss from Dior. So the first thing is this tiny baby sample from Dior. This is the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer in 001. So this is more or less a clear lip gloss. There's really not a whole lot of color. It looks pink in the tube, but I find it doesn't apply pink. It just looks like a clear gloss. So this is supposed to be a lip plumping gloss. I did notice a little bit of a difference. I do have the full size of this, but it's older. I really do need to get rid of it, and I have worn it a lot in the past. I went through a phase where I was sort of obsessed with lip liner and that gloss on top of it. I think I saw some beauty guru talk about that and I just became obsessed with that idea, and I loved the way that it looked, the lip liner and the gloss thing. And this is the kind of gloss that I do like because it's not sticky and it's not heavy. I hate gloss like that, and that's why I usually stay away from it. I don't like the gloss that just feels goopy, that your lips stick together when you talk and it gets stuck in your hair. I don't like it, and I don't notice that with this guy. And this is like a perfect size for a lip gloss for me because I just would not go through a full-size lip gloss. It's a huge challenge for me, so this is a good size for me. This is 2 milliliters or 0.06 fluid ounces. The full size retails for $41 Canadian, so I figured out the approximate value of this to be about $14, so that's pretty good. Even though the sample is really small, it just goes to show you how expensive Dior products are. So I think this is a really good addition to this set because it gives you a little bit of a break from all of the different colors. You just have a gloss, plus you could layer it on top of the other lipsticks if you really wanted to. So 1 point for Sephora. The next product is from Anastasia, and this is a full-size lip gloss. This is in the shade Vintage, which is sort of a mauve shade with some glitter, which I honestly did not notice at first. It wasn't until I was removing the swatch off my hand that I really noticed the little bit of glitter in it. And this is a very pigmented gloss. I was not expecting this. I have very limited experience with Anastasia glosses. From what I've tried before, I did like them because they weren't that heavy, sticky, glossy thing like I talked about before. And this, I like this. I don't know if it's my preferences that are changing or if it's just that I'm discovering better lip glosses, but I really liked the way that this felt and looked. I felt like I got that whole glossy effect that wasn't uber glossy. It wasn't the sticky, tacky, very shiny thing, but it was shiny enough, and it really felt like more of a liquid lipstick. It felt like it settled in a little bit, and it felt good. I can't talk about the wear time because I did not wear this for very long, just long enough to swatch it. But from that first experience, I really liked it. So $21 for the full size, that's not bad. And I think that this was a really good shade choice because it seems like a fairly good neutral lip gloss that would flatter a wide variety of skin tones. Anyway, just my first thoughts on that. The next product is another sample size. This is from Hourglass, and this is the Girl Lip Stylo, and this is in the shade Influencer. So this, I was not really sure what to expect, this little sort of crayon type product, but this is a really beautiful brownish nude lipstick, and it's a little bit shiny. I had been curious about these before. I'd heard some good and some bad things. Some people either really love them or some people really did not like them, and I knew there was a variety of nude shades and I really wanted to try it, and I love this brown shade. I put this on and I was feeling it. I was feeling it hard. Like, this is kind of a go-to product for me and something that I feel like I will reach for a lot. So the full size of this product retails for $40 Canadian. That would be for 0.09 ounces or 2.5 grams. This guy is 0.05 ounces or 1.5 grams. So it's actually not that far off, honestly, from the full size. So I figured it to be about a $22 value. Anyway, moving on, there's a Laura Mercier lipstick. There's always a Laura Mercier something in one of these sets. This is one of the Velour Lip Lovers lipstick. This is in the shade Sensual, and this is another nude color, more on the pink side than brown, like Influencer, the Hourglass one I just talked about. So this is a very soft, like pinkish nude. And another thing that I really love, this is sort of the shades that I just find so easy to use. These are the things that I can pick up and slap on with no problem. I really like the Lip Lover formula. Again, it's not matte, it's more like a demi matte, not glossy like the Hourglass. It's just got a little bit of slip to it so that it's very comfortable to wear. This size is 2.75 grams or 0.09 ounces. The full size is 3.6 grams or 0.12 ounces for $34 Canadian. So this would be approximately $26. I can't believe that, like, how expensive some of these samples are, but they give you a lot of product. I mean, when they were talking about the crazy value of these things, like, they were not joking. There's a lot of product in here. Like, a sample size of this big would take you a long time to pan. A long time. So that's a good and a bad thing. The next product is another full size. Now, this one took me by surprise, which is why I did not throw it in at the beginning, because I was trying to go from, like, the glossy lightest colors to the darkest colors just to make it a little easier for lip swatching. So this is from Tarte. This is the Quench Lip Rescue in the shade Nude. And when I first looked at it, I thought it was a glossy lipstick. I was expecting it to be sort of like one of their other recent lip products that they released. I can't remember what the exact name of it is, but I know they're in like little blue tubes. And I thought it was gonna be something like that. And then I swatched it and I went, okay, no. And I put it on my lips and it's just really glossy. It's like lip gloss in a bullet form. Like, it's crazy. I've never actually used a product like this before. Anything I've used that's been a lip balm has been pretty hydrating, but not glossy. And this looks glossy. It looks like your lips are super wet, but it feels like you have nothing on your lips at all. So I was really impressed by this because it gave me that whole glossy effect, and it just literally felt like nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. If you get that reference, we're best friends. And did I say that was $23? I'm not sure if I did, but I will say it again. That's a full size that retails for $23. The next product is from Marc Jacobs, and this is a lip creme. There's always one of these around as well. This is the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and when I looked at it in the tube, it looked to be more like a dusty mauve, but when I put it on, it was very, very pigmented and a lot deeper than it seemed in the tube. But I actually really liked that it was more vibrant than it looked like in the tube, because I thought it was going to be a little too muted for me. I definitely find that I have a struggle sometimes with mauve shades that are a little too muted, like they just don't seem to really work with my skin tone. This is 1 gram or 0.03 ounces. The full size is 3.4 grams or 0.12 ounces, and the full size retails for $38. And I figured this guy to be worth about $10, which is still pretty good. Next, there's a dual lipstick from Wander Beauty, and I had heard about this brand before. I don't really know much about it. I just know it was very expensive. This is a full size and retails for $42, which is kind of crazy because I don't know the story about this brand, and sometimes brands show up in Sephora that I've never heard of before and they're asking like top of the top prices. Let me tell you about these things. There's 2 different shades in here. The first one I tried on is called BB, and this is a soft rosy pink lipstick. This reminds me of a lipstick that I wore a lot in junior high, actually. This was the color that I was really into. So I like this. I like pink lipsticks. It's not what I wear a lot of these days, probably because I went through so many years of wearing shades like that, but it's still really good. And the other side of the lipstick is called Nikki Beach, and this is a pretty vibrant pink lipstick, and I really like this. Now, this ended up staining my lips, so I'd never worn this before, and whenever I film these lip swatch lipstick videos, it takes hours and hours, and my camera can only film like 30 minutes at a time. So it happened to be that I was wearing this lipstick before I got to do the whole lip swatchy thing, and so I was wearing this for a little while my camera sort of cooled down again, because it does like to overheat, and it ended up staining my lips. So it kind of impacted the rest of the swatches a little bit, because I could just not get that pigment off of my lips no matter how hard I tried. It just stayed. So I have pretty high hopes that the staying power for the Wander Beauty lipstick is good. The next product is another full size. This is from Huda Beauty, and this is one of the liquid matte lipsticks. This is in the shade Bombshell, and this is the one product in the set that I had to use before I did this. I actually wore this earlier today for almost a whole day, and I love this formula a lot. It reminds me somewhat of the Lime Crime lipstick, also a little bit like Jeffree Star. So I know that's not really good comparisons for a lot of people because they're pretty controversial brands, but I personally really like the Lime Crime Velveteens, and I have one Jeffree Star lipstick that I really like the formula of. And this reminded me of sort of a mix between the two, oddly enough. I just found that it didn't really dry down. Like, it still remained a slightly tacky. Like, it looked very matte, but I could still feel a little bit of tackiness on my lips, but it still looked really good. I like this formula a lot. After wearing it all day, I 100% want to buy more. Kind of the danger of these lip sets, because I inevitably find things that I want more of. So really happy that was in here, because I had never tried the Huda Beauty lipsticks before, and I can't wait to buy more. The next thing is a sample size from Smashbox. Now, I actually have the full size of this, but I decided to use this anyway because I wanted to see if there was a difference between this one and the full size. So if you watch my Lipstick Roulette, if you watched my last video 2 weeks ago, you would have seen that I actually drew this one, the full size of this lipstick. This is Driver's Seat from Smashbox, and this is pretty much exactly the same. It does seem to apply a little bit differently just because I think the brush is just slightly different in the sample size than the full size, but the formula seems very much the same, so that's good. I love the formula of the Smashbox Always On liquid lipsticks because I feel like they go on really well. If you've tried the Stila Stay All Day, it's very comparable to that formula, so it's very comfortable, almost sort of like a moussey formula when it goes on, but then it dries down and it's staying on your lips. So this size is 0.9 milliliters or 0.03 ounces, and the full size is 3.84 milliliters or 0.13 ounces and retails for $28. So this size is approximately $7 worth of product. I'm also pulling all these numbers from the Sephora website, by the way. All the information about the full size cost and size is all coming from the Sephora Canada website. It's just in case you are wondering. The next product is another little mini guy from Urban Decay. This is a Vice lipstick. This is in the shade Big Bang. This is a metallicized lipstick, and this is a glitter bomb like no other. I was so surprised when I swatched this because I'm pretty sure I used this lipstick before when I had the Vice lipstick sampler last year, and I do not remember it being this gritty or this glittery, but wow. I actually really like it. I love hot pink lipsticks and I love glitter, so this is not something I would ever wear like to work. Not work appropriate. It's just not too bright and too much glitter, but it's a really cool effect, and when you move around you see that like a reflection of the glitter and it almost looks glossy, and then you see just like the sparkles, and it's a lot of sparkles. So this is 1 gram or 0.03 ounces. The full size is 3.4 grams or 0.11 ounces, and the full size retails for $21, so this is approximately $6 worth of product. Next, we have the product that I liked the least from this set, and this is from Too Faced. It's the Melted Latex Liquid High Shine Lipstick in Hot Mess. And this was totally a hot mess for me. This is just everything I don't like about a lip gloss. There's no way this is a liquid lipstick. This is a lip gloss. Sticky, goopy, everything that I do not like. So this was the real one big failure in this set. So from trying the Anastasia, which was a pigmented lip gloss that was shiny but not heavy or goopy, then trying this, like they're worlds apart. I just didn't even find this looked that good. I didn't find that it looked really shiny. So this is 3 milliliters or 0.1 ounces. So the full size is 11.83 milliliters or 0.4 ounces for $25. So this is approximately $6 worth of product. So I do not feel bad that I will probably end up decluttering that relatively soon. Next, we're moving into the couple of red lipsticks. The first one is from YSL, and this is the Rouge Pur Culture in 01, and I feel like this was in the set last year, maybe the year before, and when I put it on today, swatching it, I really like it. So I don't know if what I had before expired. I can't remember the reason why I got rid of it, if it was because I did not use it or because I used it and didn't like it, but I put this on and I like this. I know, I normally do not like red lipsticks. I'm wearing a red lipstick. And this is the other one that's in the set. I'll talk about it in a second. But this one, I like it. I don't know. I like red lipsticks like this for like a very specific time in my life, which is basically Christmas, New Year's. Like that's when I will wear true red lipstick. So this is 1.2 grams or 0.03 ounces. The full size is 3.8 grams or 0.13 ounces and retails for $42. So this would be approximately $11. All right, moving on. The next little guy, this is tiny. This is the tiniest product in here. This is what I am wearing on my lips right now. This is from Sephora, and this is the Cream Lip Stain. This is in the shade 01. This might be my favorite red lipstick that I have ever used in my entire life. But I just tried it on and it's so comfortable. Like, it feels like nothing on my lips. I think it's gonna transfer a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I get like a little lip outline there, but overall just, it feels so comfortable. So this is 1.3 milliliters or 0.04 ounces. The full size is 5 milliliters or 0.169 ounces and is $18. So this would be about $5 worth of product. But it's fantastic. I'm noticing that it's wearing away a little bit on like the inner corners because I've been talking so much, but it looks really good. It looks really good. I'd have to wear more to talk about wear time and see how it really stands up to a long period of time. And my lips are pretty beat right now from all of these swatches, so it's not a good indicator of how the lipstick would actually perform. This is one of the coolest things I tried in this set that really seems to have turned my opinion on red lipsticks. All right, so we're almost done. This is the last full-size lip product, and this is from Bobbi Brown. This is the Luxe lip color in Brocade. So this is a product that retails for $42. This is a $42 lipstick. This is a really heavy lipstick. Like it feels expensive. Now, I'm not crazy about the formula so far. It reminds me a little bit of the NARS lipstick. I have one, I think it's the Audacious lipstick in Live, that feels very similar, but the NARS one has more pigment. It goes on a little bit easier and lasts for a very long time. I can't speak to the longevity of this one, but I felt like I struggled a little bit to apply it. Now, that could also be because of the staining on my lips, because of that freaking Water Beauty lipstick that really struggled with that. So that could have been some of the problem. I'd have to try it on completely clean, bare lips someday, not after doing a bunch of lip swatches, but I really love that color. So the last thing I have here is from Touch and Soul, and this is the Metalist Liquid Foil Lipstick Duo. So this looked really interesting to me. There's a liquid on one side and a gloss on the other. So it says that the liquid is 0.05 fluid ounces or 1.5 milliliters, and the gloss side is 0.04 fluid ounces or 1.2 milliliters. So I had to kind of guess a little bit on the approximate value of this size, just because the way they have the full size broken down on the website is not the same way. They just have one size, 2.5 milliliters or 0.84 ounces, and the full size is $28. So I just sort of halved it and guessed at approximately a $14 value. That's really just approximate because the numbers were just so different. It was really hard to kind of come up with some sort of formula that would give me an accurate or semi-accurate answer for how much, and I don't have a full size to compare it to. So anyway, I figured roughly $14. It falls in really close with the approximate value that I came up with. So this is a brown liquid lipstick. The liquid side is really liquidy, and I struggled with this, although I really do think a big part of that is because my lips were so stained and in not the greatest shape. So I feel like on a normal day, this would probably apply a little bit better. So the liquid side was really liquidy. I didn't find that it dried down on my lips, but on my hand it seemed to dry down a little bit more. And the gloss was super glossy. Once I put the gloss on top of the lipstick, I really liked it more. This is very different. I've never tried anything like it before. I don't see myself really using that a lot in my day-to-day life because I feel like it would be way too high maintenance with the liquid and the gloss. And the gloss was nice though, like it wasn't a goopy gloss, but I just think it's a little too high maintenance for a color like that. Anyway, I know that was a lot of information to throw at you guys, but I hope you found this at least somewhat interesting, and I hope you liked looking at the lip swatches. I love doing the lip swatches. I know I complain about them, but they are really fun. I was really feeling this set a lot, so overall I'm really happy with it. So I probably would not have bought this if I was just buying it for myself to use and not to review and talk about. I'm really happy with it. I'm really glad I got it. I feel like it ended up being a really good purchase for me, but I just want to put that little disclaimer out there. And just because I like something doesn't mean that you will like it. I say that every time I talk about lipsticks, just because people's preferences are so different and the things that people like vary so much. So just because I like certain things does not mean that you will, but I hope this gave you a little bit of guidance. If you were thinking about purchasing this, you get to see what the lipsticks look like, gave you a little information about how they perform. So let me know if you've picked up this set, if you're thinking about picking up this set. Anyway, I know this video was probably a million years long, so if you're still here at the very end, thank you so much. You're part of the A-team. I really appreciate you spending some of your Sunday with me, and I hope I will talk to you soon, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. Bye for now.